Okay. Good morning, all. So today we are going to discuss on subcontracting process. So in SAP, what is subcontracting process? Anyone can explain here with the brief, not in SAP, just what is subcontracting?
I mean, it's a
The job is given to a contact person, and which is with the pressure you will give one more person for the job work. It is created as sub activity.
Okay, somewhat okay, but not
actually
exactly. Okay,
we
Srinivas,
will,
can you elaborate more?
yeah, we will give the material to that person, and he will do some process on the material, and he gives back the material to us. For that, we will pay him labor charges.
Okay, okay. Anyone want to add? Okay, Srinivas, yeah, good. Anyone add here? So can you give an example, Srinivas or Ravi Kumar? One by one, you can explain. Can you give an example which you have gone through? Any material example which you have supplied to the vendor from your premise, then he has done with the some work on that, and finally he has supplied the material. Can you give any example?
Yeah, actually, there is one part in engine. Okay, in any two-wheeler, there is one part they call it as shifter fork. Actually, it's a engine part.
Okay.
After after finishing all our processing machining activities at our factory, we give it to a vendor who does one plating, chrome plating process. He does plating on that part.
Mm-hmm.
And after finishing the plating, and again he gives back the part to us.
Okay. Okay. Good example. Mm-hmm.
Yes. This plating is to be done by vendor activity. Actually, this is will not it will not done at in-house. We'll give it to vendor. You will finish that and you'll give it back to us. For that, each plating, each component, each part wise, we'll pay him some money for him.
Correct. Correct. Good example.
Yeah.
Any example like assembly part? Anything you
Yeah.
have done? Yeah.
See, actually, we give the material for job work. Like you take a foam. See, we work on foam and paper pasting. So
Mm-hmm.
foam we are going to punch, and the paper also we are going to punch, and we are going to paste it.
Mm-hmm.
So once the job work is done in one area, so they are going to deliver us. So we have got a number of materials where we have to make the job work. That is packing. So that
Mm-hmm.
is called as sub.
Mm-hmm. So what is that final material you are going to get, Ravi Kumar?
So finished product like it is a garden.
Okay. Okay. Garden. What is that? Which industry it is coming? Like which is a vertical?
So actually, it is an industry for education
Mm-hmm.
where we do activities for the childrens. We do a lot of activities for children where they can accommodate with the assembly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not clear. See, assembly in the sense like it's for for the play, like kid to play with some like material
Yes,
which. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay. Okay, got it. Anyone else, anyone others can add over here if you have come across with any subcontracting business process. So Shravan, Shiva, Rachaya.
No, no, Prashant. I don't have much idea about subcontracting.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Okay, good. Srinivas and Ravi Kumar, we have got few examples from your end. Let me share my screen and I'll explain some standard business process in SAP, and that will give you more idea about how exactly subcontracting business process works and how we should manage it in a SAP screen. So before going into directly SAP screen, let me go through this slide where I have we have put some examples. This is prepared by one of my students, like aspirants, who is looking for SAP site. Okay. All of you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see the overview, what a subcontracting business process in SAP, how this is going to happen. You guys like keep all the questions or queries note down if you have anything. Okay. You can tell later, okay, this slide, this doubt, this questions I have, like that. Again, we can discuss each other. First, you go through the session which I'm going to explain now. So later we can discuss each other. You can see here there are three things we have put here: purchasing, inventory management, and invoice verification. So what exactly purchasing here? The purchasing where the subcontracting items and components. Let me keep you all mute. So please concentrate over here only. Don't get distracted. The purchasing, there we are going to create a purchase order, okay, for the subcontracting. The PO, the PO is like subcontracting, where we are going to supply the components to vendor, and how we are going to supply the components to vendor before raising the PO, and all we'll have here, how we are going to provision of components to vendor from store locations. This is just shown like multiple um, store locations are there. Like here we are doing provision of components to subcontracting vendor for the production, and here the store location where GR for finished material, like that. Like it's like a um, cycle, but here it's there is no arrow mark shown. It's like a cycle like this. It will go, and finally we'll have a finished product in a different store location. That's why that there are two store location which is shown. The one store location which we will issue the goods to a supplier, where we are keeping all the raw materials which need to be supplied. Then finally we are going to receive the GR for that finished goods receipt for the finished product. Then finally we are keeping that in the store location which is finished store location. This is about purchasing, and finally we are managing the inventory. Okay, this is two area you should concentrate. The finally, once it is GR is done, then we are going with the GR, like invoice verification. How we are doing invoice verification? So completely we are like going with the PO reference purchase order, and also the GR is done for that finished product. Then we are going to verify the labor cost, as Srinivas said in previously, like where each the plate which is plated for the each material component, there will be charge of labor cost, how much they are going to put effort, and also the material used to do the plating. Because there in our premise there is no facility to do that process, then definitely we'll go with the subcontractor who will do this such kind of process. Finally we'll consume that. Finally the labor, that vendor consume the components, and he'll do the finished product. Okay. Some cases there is no consumption, like it's like completely the raw material is going through some process. From that the raw material will converting as a maybe semi finished or maybe finished product. Semi finished in the sense we are going to use that as a material for the assembly of some, as Srinivas said, it's a engine part. Definitely we are going to assemble the part with that, whatever we got the final product from the vendor. Okay, this is like finally we are going to pay the amount to the subcontract vendor, whatever labor cost has happened. So we are going to pay to the vendor. Okay, so here little more detailed we have put where exactly how exactly raw material is supplied to the external vendor, and we'll get the semi-finished or finished product or premise. This is a simple uh, diagram. And yeah, here you can see the raw components, and even I have mentioned here about the invoice related things, like how we are going to manage invoice for the raw material, and how we are going to invoice for the component consumption. Okay, this is one flow chart where mentioned about the invoice part. So in this slide, let me explain the what is the process of subcontracting, what and all things prerequisites we have to create in SAP screen. So that will be used when when user or business user start creating a subcontracting PO. Initially we should create a metal master. There is no much difference in the metal master of subcontracting item or semi-finished or finished product we are going to receive from the vendor. There is no much difference. Oh, in MRP view, we need to maintain a field subcontracting item. So I will show you which view we have to maintain in case of subcontracting item. So where we are maintaining, I will explain. And vendor master, it's a normal vendor. So we have which we are going to supply, which the list of vendors who is subcontractor. Then in the info record, uh, we have to create info record, subcontracting info record. It's not mandatory, optional. If you want to create, you can have a info record for the subcontracting. Then major difference between subcontracting and standard PO is like in the PO, we are going to select item category as L. In standard, we will not select any L and all. It's a blank. But in subcontracting, it's a L. And also we have to select material components which you are going to supply to the vendor. That will select under the material master, material data tab, and we'll select the components. In few cases, we will explore BOM. BOM is in the sense is a bill of material. So the material which is finished product, under that there are many components will be there. So whenever you create a PO for the finished product, right, or semi-finished product, which you're going to put a or like raise a order with the vendor, definitely that bomb will get explode and all the components will be shown in the metal data. Once it is done, the PO is created, then we have to issue the goods to vendor which we are supplying to the vendor's premise through a transaction called ME2O and 541 moment time. Why I have put this information? Because others all like transaction you might be knowing MM01, SK01, and PIR is ME11 and PO is ME21N. All you will be aware about all this transaction, but the goods issued to vendor, you might be not knowing how to handle this. So there is a transaction called ME2O. It's not ME20, it's a 2O. And the moment type, when you issue the goods to vendor, there will be a 541 moment type will generate in the background. Once goods issue is done through SAP, then physically we are moving the stock from our premise to vendor premise, or he may come, or she, or the person who is like subcontractor, he may take care of transporting the goods with his own responsibility, or maybe we are going to supply the goods to his premise. Once it is um, done, the final product is ready, then he'll supply the goods back. Then we'll receive the like we'll receive the goods through MyGo transaction. So where child material which we have supplied, definitely it's not, we are not going to get same material back, right? We are going to get with a different product. Then we will receive that through MyGo. There will be two movement type will be there. One is for receiving the final goods, which is 101, and whatever goods we supplied with the 541 will nullified with the movement type 543. So this is the complete subcontracting business process. So once I show an SAP screen, right, you will be having more clarity about the business process. And regarding Metal Master, I have uh, given little brief in previous slide. In this slide, let me explain more on what is Metal Master data. So, we have considered already the org structure, right? Company code, plant, and store location, and the configuration of Metal Master data, like T codes and all I have given here. So this will be the reference for you guys. Like you can recall what are all the T codes you can use to define industry type, metal type, and number ranges for metal type and metal group. See, this is all the T code I have put here. So this you can recall with your previous sessions. So definitely you can go with this T code, get the details instead of going through a SPRO screen. If you type OMS3, then directly you will get this screen, industry sectors, where you can define your own industry sector. And even I think you guys are familiar with the OMS2 for the definition of metal type, everything, and quantity value update, everything you can explore in this screen. So metal types, why I'm going to explain this slide, or maybe I'm adding here today, because metal types you guys learned about majorly raw materials and semi-finished, but why we have to create all these things in the system will be not aware about. That's the reason I'm going to explain here what is metal types. As you know, it's a common attribute. We are combining all the details. Why we have to create this metal type. So then we go and customize the new metal type if required, or else we will go with the existing metal type given by SAP. There are different metal types are there: raw materials, semi-finished, trading goods, finished goods, packaging goods, packaging material. Many metals will be there in the business. So that we are going to refer in SAP as with the technical term with ROH and this HALB. Not I think some mistake is there here. I will correct this. And then Hava, FERT, Dyne, NLRG. There are different types of materials are there. So which will be which will be having a technical term, so that you can easily identify by going through the selection. While when you're creating MM01 through the T code, then you can identify which are the metal types which is to be created. That you can select and you can create the metal master. Okay, what is metal group? See, definitely it's under. We'll take the attribute of different materials and we'll make a group of such material, and we'll create one metal group for that materials. Then we can extract the data easily with respect to metal group. Okay, example: mechanical parts, electrical parts, and chemical. There are different metals are there, so you can see the uh, details over here how to create a metal group. I don't want to go with this screen because vendor master data already we know we are well versed with the vendor master data. So quickly we can recall the things here. Vendor master data, what and all things are there in the vendor master data? What are the T codes we are using for the different levels of creation of vendor master? Okay, and if it is a purchasing level, then if it's a finance related things, then centrally we are going to create vendor. Then we can have a different T codes and details about accounting data, what and all things it contains, and purchasing data consisting of what all things. So you can see here few details in this slide. This slide will be I will share this slide with you guys. I also have posted this in my LinkedIn page. You can refer over there also. Vendors, yeah. So this is about again what are all the details you should know about vendors, and why we need vendor master, and what is good supplier, accounting data. Everything will be here. You can go through this slide. Central vendor. So here we have given some formula like how we consider as a central. If it is purchasing and accounting, if you combine both, then finally it is a central vendor, central company code level. We are going to create the vendor master. PR creation, source list creation, you guys know which are the T codes to be used and how we are going to create in info record. As I told, for the subcontracting, you should select the info category as subcontracting, and you can able to create the info record with a same step as you done for the standard. Okay. The source list, it's a familiar subject for you guys. Here you can see all the details, what are the T codes to be used, and preference for vendor selection, how we are going with which hierarchy we use in the system. Everything will be given in this slide. And yeah, so this might be a new concept for you guys, how to create a bomb, and which are the transaction we are going to use. And bomb creation T code is CS01. And here in the CS01 screen, we are going to enter the parent part number, plant, and which usage of bomb, whether it is for production or and different usage. Then we'll maintain that bomb. And here you can see this is a final parent product. You can see here, and under this product, like there are sub products are there. If you combine these two parts, then finally you're going to get this parent part. And once you create this bomb, it's easy to explode this bomb in the PO screen, and that components will be copied from the bill of material, not required to do any manual work in the PO screen. So PO creation, as I told before only, like what are the things to be selected when you are creating a subcontracting PO, and components. Like once you have done with the components in the BOM, when you create PO, you have to click on this material data tab, and there is a components, or you can explode BOM. If you click on this explode BOM, then you can able to see the components which is already processed under that budget material. Okay, this is a movement. Um, I think here we shown with the MB1B and transfer posting, but majorly nowadays, like we should we should go with the ME2 only, because MB1B, MB1A, MB1C is obsolete. Majorly SAP suggests don't use these transactions. So, but in this slide we have put the screen where MB1B, but now I'll show how we can do the goods issue through ME2 or transaction and the movement type 541. The goods receipt, yeah, this is same process how we receive the goods for a standard PO. Same way we are going to do the MyGo, but difference is like the moment type 101.543 will come, because which we have supplied this as components to vendor. When we receive, we'll receive only final product, not sub components. And this is a display after doing the goods receipt of how we are going to check the FI documents. Why I have mentioned this FI documents separately, because in subcontracting we'll have multiple entries will hit when we receive the goods, not like standard PO. Standard PO will have only BSX and WRX, which is BSX is for inventory and WRX is for GRI clearance. But in subcontracting we'll have multiple entries, and many of will get confused with the subcontracting entry. So let me give brief on this subcontracting entries in the system. So what are all the entries will appear once you post it. So you see, this is BSX is totally inventory of raw material which you received. Okay, the cost will be shown here, 1000 INR, and WRX is the cost of that final goods, 450 INR, which we have to settle, because that is a labor charge which the vendor is expecting us to pay. So here you can see again raw material consumption is there. It means we are supplied some raw material, that raw material value will be there, right? So that maybe one or two material which you supplied, the cost of that raw material will be shown in the BSV. BSV is the transaction event key for the raw material which consumed, which we supplied to the vendor. Then FRL is the labor charge, right, that we have to pay to the vendor. And why this four entries are there? This four entries, okay. What are all these four entries? So BSX, GBB, BSX, GBB. This is for separately for components. As you can see, inventory of raw material which we are supplied is showing minus. See, this is plus. Plus means it is going to, we are going to receive the inventory of final product, but these are minus because the raw material which we have supplied with the BSX transaction event key. And why GBP? GBP is like offset entry, because we are not referring any order or maybe any PO while sending the goods to supplier. So it's offsetting, means we are sending out goods without any reference, right? So it will be like GBP. And there is a formula like how we have entries. If see, there are two components, means we got 8 entries. If it is one component, then it will be only 6 entries. So the basic question in the interview, how many entries will be there in the subcontracting uh, GR? When you post the GR, there are 6 entries for the single component. If you supply, if it two components, then there will be 8 entries. Its multiplication will happen every components which you supply, then each component will have 2 entries like BSX and GBB. These are the standard transaction event key used in SAP for the subcontracting PO. So just have this details. Okay, so you just prepare about all these things, and also once you've done any scenario in SAP, you'll have a rough idea about all the amount which you are going to pay, or amount which you're going to incur for each raw materials, and the total cost, everything you'll understand once you create a PO in a SAP screen. And you can see here S and H. S means debit and H means credit. It's a minus. So in this screen, we have given more detailed info about each transaction event key. What is BSX inventory stock and WRX is clearing stock. Clearing in the sense GRIR clearance thing, and BSV is a change in stock, means we have supplied the goods to vendor. Then that for that case we have to set on, like we should have this BSV transaction event key. And if it is external service, in the sense some work is done by vendor, then we have to pay the value to the vendor, right? That's a labor cost. So these four are the fixed accounting documents for subcontracting. Addition to this, we get two more documents, which is BSX and GBB for the components. GBB is offsetting entry. If you have only one component for subcontracting, then BSX and GBB is generated for it. It means 6 entries will be there total. If components increase to 2, means if there are 2 components, then 2 more entries will be there generated. Okay, so we can say something like accounting documents for subcontracting is like 4 plus 2n. 2n means n is like number of components. If it is one component, then 4 plus 2 into 1, then 8. 6, sorry, 6. Then two components, 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. If it is 3, then 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. Like that, this is the formula you can remember. 4 plus 2n. Okay, this is about subcontracting, complete business process. Any questions or any queries do you have in this session? So you can ask, then I can go ahead with the SAP screen.
Normally XK01 will be used in vendor master creation. This
Mhm.
MK01, where how frequently we can use them? Where we can?
We will use whenever we want to extend only for purchasing level. We don't want to create a vendor for centrally. So MK01 is only for purchasing views. Okay, the procurement level is only for purchasing organization. Then we can go with the MK01. I don't think few cases will create through MK01. It depends on the requirement. Then majorly it is through SK01.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, any questions?
Not really.
Okay. Srinivas, Shiva, Rachaya. Yeah, for you guys, Shiva and yeah, Rachaya, you guys, I think for you new concept, definitely you can learn all these things, and for you like fresh learning, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Any questions if you find across with the slides and few changes I'm going to do the on the slide, some corrections are there. So let me correct that and I'll send you through like WhatsApp or mail.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let's move into SAP screen. So let me show few scenarios, like or not few scenario, one complete subcontracting PO. I will not create all the material from the scratch. So let me take whatever data which we have in SAP screen. But for you guys, while practicing, you create from the scratch only. Create material, create vendor, info record, source list. You can create one complete business process. So you can recall all the mass data again. I don't want to create now all these things. I will refer existing data in the system. I'll use welcome. Okay, I think you guys like all are like validity is expired. Today you just ping everyone's ID. Okay, 73 is like Shiva, 75 is Srinivas, Ravi and
Mine is 74.
74, right? Okay, you guys send your user ID in WhatsApp. I will extend everyone's ID for another month. Okay,
Okay.
I think user account not invalidated. Okay, once it's extended, then only you can able to log in. Meanwhile, I will try with this. What is the password?
Welcome 99.
Okay, welcome 99. I think yeah, Ravi's extension already it is there for Shiva, Srinivas, and Shravan. I will extend today. Okay. First, I will take a few existing POs. Guys, please concentrate here. Okay. How to check like existing data in SAP screen is MA to N. So MA to N is a transaction to this is a report where I can extract existing data. How I'm going to select in the initial screen item category as L. Then I will take some document in recent like maybe 3 days data. If any data is there in the system, I'll refer because that is easy to like process now quickly. So for you guys, it's a task from the scratch. You should create all this data. There's no data. Let me try with a 1 week data. Just do this. Okay, I think nobody created data recently. Let me try with 20200101. Okay, let me try with the. Okay, there is no data exist. Let me go through table level. So don't try all this table level because just for my reference, I'm going with the table to get some data. Subcontracting. So document changed on. I'll put some in data from 2019 01 01. Okay, let me try how many entries are here. Number of entries. See, 227 entries are there. If I give the changed on from this date to this date with subcontracting PO, there are these many entries are there. So let me execute and if you take some examples. Okay, examples are there here. Maybe in the ME2N screen, some selection was not okay. That's why it was not coming. So let me take an example of some mid Thursday or something. Okay, let me take this example. Copy this PO. I'll display first PO with the details so you'll get some rough idea. See, this is the final product which ordered for manufacture from the vendor, like to the vendor. So where and all things we should check like material data. In this screen, you can see components. Sponge iron and pellet. So they have used these two raw materials. So you guys should create first raw material. Like if you want to completely to learn subcontract process, how to check this material details, go to mm03 and enter this material number, and I'll just only select purchasing. This is under the plant GSP, and I think this is done by Shravan. I don't know like who has done GSP1, just steel plant. Okay, see here you can see the details about which purchasing group, material group, everything will be maintained. If I check with accounting view, I can able to see which valuation class is maintained. 3000 valuation class. The price control is V, and the moving price is 1000 for this material. And already 50 numbers are received, which purchased from some other vendors in the through standard PO. Then it is available in our premise. Example, how to check the stock is there or not in our premise. Copy this, or you can go here also. Environment stock overview. You can find here also how to check the stock, or you can go through MMB also. So this is a stock available in our premise 50 number, right? And also I'll check for the other material pellet. We'll go back. I'll check for the stock of the raw material which we are going to supply. Accounting. Okay, here also they have maintained same value for pellet also. But in the real time, the value will be different for each material which you have, which raw material you are referring. Then finally, what is the final product we are going to get is methyl steel. So accounting view, you can see what is the price of that material finally. See, this is the valuation class is different because the material type is totally different, right? Someone is customized as AC12, it's a finished product. So the price, you can see the price control is like yes, because it's not variable, right? Because the raw material which you're ordering from the vendor, always it's very varies. So we maintained as a price control as V, but in the finished product always we maintain the standard because we will be knowing what is the cost of that product, final product. Okay, so that's why the standard price is maintained as a 2000. It's very clear. So they have gone with the round figure, thousand rupees for the raw material. The final the finished goods is 2000, but it's not right because somewhere we have labor cost, that this and all will be there. So the finished goods, at least we should put 3000 INR for the sale purpose, or maybe you're going to use it for any other assembly. The cost of the goods will be higher than the raw material, because thousand already 2000 you are going to invest on raw material, and also you are going to put some value on vendor like labor work, transport, everything will be considered, right? So it's not business wise, if you see the value is not value entered is not exactly right. Okay, but this is not our job. Initially the finance people will be knowing what are the cost of the each material and will maintain the same thing in SAP. Okay, now let me refer this PO, but you guys don't directly go with this kind of process. You should start from the basic creation of components, and then you get the stock through a raising a PO, or you can have a GR stock without reference to any PO. You can have it, you can maintain the GR quantity stock you can maintain. Then you have when you then you go with the PO, purchase order for the subcontracting. So don't blindly do all these things without having any idea. So first you should maintain some data in the real time how it exactly it works. Okay, okay, one thing I want to show here, if you go to MRP view, so there is no MRP view maintained, but in the if you want to create any subcontracting PO through MRP MRP run, right, then in the MRP view you should maintain subcontracting option. I will show you going with MRP view. I'll copy this material /o mm01. So enter this material number, then go to MRP view and unselect all these views. MRP views I'll select. Okay, so there is a field here. You can see one field called plant specific material. It is like if it is a blocked or released and all, you can maintain here also. The major thing I can tell you in MRP, okay, type I'll say there's no MRP. In case if it is MRP, then we'll go with the PD. Okay, here you can see one field. This is a major question asked in the interview. What is the field you are going to maintain for the subcontracting material in MRP2? Or they will not ask like which view and all, but if they ask what is the special procurement key which you have to maintain in the metal master, you should explain in MRP2 view there is a special procurement key that is for subcontracting. Then it should be 30. This is standard. If it is a consignment, then 10. So consignment PO process still we have not discussed. That will be tomorrow. Let me explain now with the subcontracting, like how to select this special procurement. Let's save it. So procurement type, this will be like in-house production or maybe both procurement will be there. Then we'll go with the X. Saved. I just extended the MRP view with the special procurement. In case if you're going with the MRP generation, all right, MRP run, then the system will understand, okay, this is for subcontracting only. Then subcontracting PR will be generated. Now I'll go with the example. Okay, I'll create a PO, the reference to this ME21N. And regarding BO like bomb creation and all, I will take another session to create bomb and all, because it will take few more time to create bomb and then exploding all. Today I'm going to create with the existing data. Okay, so I'll just check components. You see, if I click on explode bomb, then it will explode from the bomb which we have created. But I will go directly with the components. It is already there. So I'll make it 25, or I'll make it 20. So I need only 20 numbers to produce the final goods, right? So, and even I'll just adjust with the stock which I have. Go here. The total quantity we requested is 50 numbers. Save it. PO got created. Okay, this is a PO. PO created, subcontracting PO. Now we need to check the stock which we need to supply to the vendor, right? /n ME2O. So here we have to pass the vendor details from the PO. I copy the vendor like PO details. This is a PO. I'll go to ME2 and I'll copy the vendor number from here and I'll execute. See here, the 20 number each we have to issue goods to supplier. How to do the goods issue from the screen? Just carefully observe here what all things I select. Okay, first I'll select this checkbox, these two checkbox, which I want to do first, before doing the goods issue. Then I'll click on post goods issue icon available in the top. So then one pop-up will come. In this pop-up, you should mention the where stock is available. System automatically picked up the store location which have to be which we have to issue the goods, but For our checking like whether stock is there or not, I can check once. Okay, already reached maximum screen. Just a minute. I'll close other screen. Okay, I'll check for stock, which location it's available. Sponsor in, right? I'll remove this location. So location and execute. Okay, the stock which is available in JSS1, this location, 50 numbers are there. So now I can do the goods issue from this screen, post goods issue, and then I'll enter location details here, JSS1, enter. Again, it will ask for next pallet and sponge and I'll enter. So both PJ is done. Okay, 2 items got posted. This pop-up will come. This is a result. If any error is then it will show the error. If there is a deficit of stock is not available, or batch is not available, such kind of error will show in the screen. Then you can resolve if any error is there. Okay, see now it was like before it was showing a red, but now it is showing green, showing 0 quantity pending to supply. Like, so already we have supplied, right? So how to check this whether it is supplied or not? Go again with MMB screen and execute here with the details, and you can see the stock now with vendor. Total 50 was there before. Now 20 numbers we have provided to vendor to prepare the final goods. So 20 will be showing in this MMB screen. Once we receive the goods, right, final goods, then this will get nullified. Now how to see the movement of this material? Click on right click on this and go to material movements, and you can able to see the 541 moment type here and what all the document got generated here, right? If you click on this, you can able to see what all things you have issued. See, from we have issued the goods from this plant locations, right? And destination is showing which vendor. See here the vendor details, you can see here vendor number available here, everything will be available in the screen. You can track it. And what is this O is like special stock description, which because we are going to supply the goods to vendor, this is O is a special stock. By looking at this only, you can understand its parts prior to vendor description. You can see here. This is about how to supply the goods to vendor through ME2O transaction. And if you want to see other materials same way, you can try here with the details of material. Okay, now we'll receive the goods now. MyGo, just imagine he took 2 days or 3 days to prepare the goods, and the final part is ready. Then he transport the goods to optimize, and it is arrive our store area. Then inventory guy or storekeeper who will check the goods physically. If it is in good condition, then he will not reject directly. He'll receive the goods, and there will be another round of inspection will be there on the same day or maybe next day. So that is done by a quality inspection team. And even for that also some other different module is there, quality management module. So that I will give some brief or maybe few details in next few sessions. I am going to explain how exactly you can inspect the goods once it is in a premise. I don't want to add today because let's do only subcontracting process. Now I'll copy this data. Okay, here you should select goods receipt and against PO, enter the PO number. Okay, see here PO is not yet released. Let me release. Until unless it is not released, it is not going to a PO like vendor side, right? I will release this PO ME29N. Release strategy. Release this. This is, see, the levels are good. Senior purchase executive, purchase executive, manager, head, and all. different hierarchy. They have created a release strategy. Save it. See, now this PO will be reached to vendor. Then only he can do all the process, right? Now I'll do a GR for this PO. Okay, so you can see here under this final product, you can click on this icon. You can see here this icon, click on this. So then you're able to see these components, pellet and sponge. Then if you see the right side of this screen, there you can see movement types. Okay, 101 and 543. The quantity which we are going to receive 50 and which locations, location, everything. So here I'm just going with the same location, JSS1, but in the real time, the finished product will be placed in different location. Let me move into this location, JSS2. I think it is fixed already in the PO screen, so you cannot able to change. Let me try once. I think it's not possible. If I want to change the store location, then I should change it in a PO screen. Let me do that also once. Because in this screen already location is maintained as JSS1. See here also you have some issue with display the plant number. How to do this setup? To view the number, then click on this personal setting. Just observe here personal setting, and there is a icon display key. Okay, click on this icon. Then this, when you save it, right, so you're able to see the number instead of description. So many users will come up with this kind of query or like education, and we'll educate this as how to manage this. Okay. Now I'll change this to JSS2 for the finished goods. Okay, then I'll save it. So now it'll in the Migo screen it'll show JSS2. So I go to where, right? So it will show JSS2. Just I change because see, raw material will be stored in different storage, and finished will be stored in different store location, right? So in the real time, we have to do this customization, or maybe the requirement we have to reach, and you should know how to handle all these things. That's it. Item okay, check. Okay, the earliest is saying delivery is this date, but you are going to receive early. That's okay. Post it. You guys may get different errors. Okay, don't like get panic and all if you get error, because it's quite common. Because when you do a from the scratch, right, there is some customization to be done or something is missing, and all will come. So definitely don't worry, I'll be there to support you on that. So you come online, or we'll have a separate session again to discuss about any errors and all. Okay, after this session, few if any questions are there, you can be there and we can discuss for 10 to 15 minutes regarding the issues. Okay, so this is a entry happen now. Material document is generated, right? So I'll display this document, then go to document info, FI documents, and check the accounting document. See here, 8 entries are there, right? BSX, WRX, BSV, FRL, BSX, GBB, BSX, GBB. This one only I explained in the slide. The same thing we have worked now. 1000 like how many quantity we have ordered, like it's a 50. The cost of the goods is 2000 it is showing, so 10,000 will be the, I think 1 lakh, I think, right? Depends on the cost which we have purchased, or maybe the final goods are there. Total value will be showing here, and this is the cost of the GRIR clearance, and the cost of the purchased services, everything will be showing here. And BSX, GBB, see 20 numbers we have supplied, right? Each have like 10,000 INR, then 20,000, even this also 20,000. So where we have given, and anyway we received final product with a higher cost. So you can have this track of the value of the goods which you supplied and which you received, everything will be here. and later you have to do the invoice posting. This it's a same process like for the standard. I don't want to show that. Anyway, you can carry on that. Okay. Okay, any questions regarding this process? Because it's not that much difficult to handle the PO process, subcontracting PO. Maybe from scratch you start creating a material or semi-finished material, finished material, everything from the scratch you create, right? So you may find some doubts and all, so you can reach out me. Any questions?
Like this is PO created without
PO create,
right?
PO, yeah, without
Without
bomb, without bomb only we have done today components. So next session we'll have a PO with bomb, how to explode bomb, because I'll have some data in the system, because I don't know whether it is there bomb. Let me check once. Share screen. I'll check any bomb is there. CH03 bomb usage production. Okay, I'll display. Okay, see there is no bomb. There is no bomb means we cannot explode. Let me create the bomb, or you guys, if you know Shravan, then you can create some bomb and all. Okay, then we can explode that bomb tomorrow session. We can have one 10 to 15 minute session for just creation of bomb and explode bomb, because I don't want to add today session, because the when we talk little more complicated, right? So it is difficult to understand. That's the reason I went with the manual process of adding components and all. Have referred existing data, everything I have taken. At least it look very easy, right? Okay, while understanding about the concept. So tomorrow, if I talk about bomb and all, right, you don't feel like difficult. So it's a step by step we are going. The basic you understand things, then we go with the next advanced level. Clear, Shravan?
But before creating this master data,
No,
material
no.
master and all,
Mm-hmm.
so we have to refer to the BOM, no? First we have to check the BOM, whether what material we have, what we have to place the order.
Not required all the time, Ravi Kumar. It depends on the process which you follow. Some business they will follow adding the material manually in the PO screen, right? For the finished product, which components to be added. In case if the business refer bomb, that's why I told. In case we refer bomb, then that will be handled through bomb only. Okay. So today we have handled only without bomb process. Tomorrow we'll go with the with bomb process.
Right, and fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, that difference you guys know. I want you to ask different questions, like in the sense, what and all things you don't understand in the process which we handle today, because that will be better, right? When you ask many questions regarding the subcontracting business process. See, I have uh, explained about semi-finished or finished raw material, the value, and then PO creation with the subcontracting at item categories L. So in this process, do you have any questions or queries?
No.
Okay. I will summarize
Yes.
for you guys. Okay, once now, so that will be good for you to create a from the scratch. Okay, the task will be to all. This is a task I'm going to give. Okay, not only for particular person. Okay, to all. Task is like create a components or raw materials. So I can say A plus B, A comma B, right? Then you are going to have finished or semi-finished material, that is C. Okay, so please don't work now. So listen here. Later you can carry on with your practice. Okay. Uh, like okay, first you create a raw material which you are going to purchase from the other vendor and you can have stock in your premise. Then for the you create a finished or semi-finished material as the material master. Then finally you will have this combination right in the system. Then A and B, like example, if you want to buy, you just go with the one number, not like 50 or 20 number, one each. If you do, then how many components required? If it is one each, then one each plus, sorry, one each quantity. Like this you can have in the system. First you should have the stock, then only you'll get the finished. And I wanted to show in SAP screen. Let me, is it, you guys are able to see my screen?
No, no.
Okay, well, nobody then saying anything. Okay, stop me if nothing is like able to display. Okay, is able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, see here, task is like create a components. Okay, A and B means in the sense raw material you're going to create through what transaction? MM01. Then semi-finished also same, or finished or semi-finished, MM01 only. Then about the stock, create a standard PO and get the raw material stock for both. If it is the same vendor, then you can get it from same vendor only. If it's different vendor, you have to raise different PO to get the stock. Wait, I'll let you mute you guys. Okay, this will be standard PO to get the stock for A and B. Then you have a stock in your premise. Then create a PO for subcontracting PO. The item category as L, right? Then you do ME2 to issue the goods to a vendor PJ and check whether which store location all you are going to maintain and you do the process properly. Then you receive the goods through MyGo and then check the accounting document. Okay, this is the process. Then also you do the Myro process, payment part, vendor settlement, vendor payment. Payment will happen after the Myro, then again finance team will take care of that payment. Okay, we will not discuss about the final payment. That is different transaction used to clear the payment. Okay, and one thing I want to show in SAP screen. Welcome 99. Okay, so I did not show the stock right final after receiving the goods. Okay, I'll open first our PO 23N. Copy this final goods. Okay, then now we are able to see the stock which we received. Just enter the material and execute it. See here. So I received in the location JSS2 semi-finished. I can see the moment also here. When I received today 18/11/2020 15 number. If I click on this, I can go to the display of details of here, everything you can see, and you can go through PO also from the screen. You can see everything. Like as an end user who don't have access to MyGo and change and all, right, so they can go through MMB like this and they can display all these things. Okay, this is the way you should learn. So like end user plus SAP consultant, everything you can learn with this kind of practice. Okay, this is a task, so please carry out this. If you don't have access for the SAP today, I'll extend as soon as possible, so cover the topic without any fail. Okay, any concern is there, then you contact me or Jeevan. Okay, Jeevan is available to help you. Or Shravan, you also know about subcontracting process, right? Or new to this process for you?
No, this is a new thing, new process
Okay,
for me.
okay, okay, okay. And Ravi and Srinivas already know about subcontracting. Then for them, it's easy to take up this. Not easy, like yeah, they can handle. So all of you prepare well first before starting into screen. Watch this record first. Make a note of everything. Prepare one notepad. Then you jump into SAP screen. Okay, directly if you jump into SAP screen, right, it will consume lot of time to create all the data.
Yeah, I
Yes.
personally I observed actually.
Right. That's the reason I know that.
15 seconds your video, pausing again, doing something in SAP, again 10 seconds of video.
That mistake you don't Srinivas. Do one thing. You
Okay.
watch complete video and
Okay.
make a note of all the points, main points. Okay, in
Yes.
one notepad or some book. Then
Okay.
you start doing in SAP screen. Or else what happens? It will consume more time to understand and
Okay.
have it in a SAP screen. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So one guy used to follow me, like once I done with my session, right? So
Okay.
he used to watch again same recording in his system or laptop or mobile, whatever.
Okay. Okay.
So two times session for the day,
Okay.
like that. Okay, so that you'll have more familiar with the transactions and screen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And also tomorrow I will talk about BOM, and also I will show what are the settings in the backend. Okay, subcontracting PO and all. How this document type is linked with the subcontracting L and all. I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
customization part. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
clear then. Good day. Take care. We'll catch up tomorrow morning, early morning. Tata. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.